Welcome back. On today's menu, we got to change the valve cover gasket on a Hyundai Elantra Touring. Just looking over things so far. First, we'll have to get this piece off. This looks like it's held on by a couple of bolts here and there. Not sure if there's anything in the back, but get that off first, and then these are the valve cover bolts here. We'll take these off. Loosen it up. Hyundai Elantra Touring. Alright, so we got the top cover off. And that actually entailed taking off two more bolts. They were all 10s. These two on the side. So, got one here. And one here. That's going to help you take this off when we're ready. Next step now is to take off. There's 11 of these. These are also 10s. 10 bolts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 6th one here. And this one in the corner here on the back is probably going to be a little troublesome. And for that, I'm going to use this small ratcheting wrench here. And then there's a couple more 10s on the back. 11 of them total. That's next. Here. There's actually one more that I didn't see. It was a little dark there. That one inside here. So that's going to be 12 10mm bolts in total. And then I'm going to pop these off. These spark plug leads and see where that leaves us. Just checking the spark plug coil, spark plug leads, sorry. There's a little oil on cylinder 2 and cylinder 4. So clearly there's a little bit of valve cover leak in there too. But we have all of those rubber seals in the kit, and I'll get to that. Next, we're gonna take a pliers and pull these back. I already pulled this one back a little bit. Take the pliers here, squeeze this down, pull that back so we can get it off. Maybe twist it a little bit, back and forth. There we go, see if that can get off. Twist it a little bit, loosen these up. Alright, I'm going to try to pull these off. We'll see what's next. For this next part, I worked myself around here. Push the screwdriver in, loosen this up, and then work my way down. There was a little silicone under here. Cut that loose and just kept prying. And I think I'm almost to where this should be able to come right out. Okay, the valve cover is off now. I actually ended up having to, you probably don't really need to take these all the way off, but there was another bolt here and another bolt here on the cam cover, and that allowed a little bit of freedom to pull this away, and so I could get in the back corner and pry that up. So the valve cover's off. You can see here there's some valve cover or some gasket seal, I mean, right here by where the camshaft is. So I'll try to clean that off, or the cam gear, and I'm going to clean up this surface all around. There we go, back on it. Before I put some more gasket seal and a new gasket in. And this is the gasket here, the old gasket that needs to come out. And it looks like it's leaking from the back and a little bit from the front. So I'll try to make sure I get these areas sealed up well. There you go. Here is the replacement gasket set I got. And it does come with half moon seals. However, the car, those are plastic that it came with. The car already has had them replaced, and if it'll focus on these are metal, and so I know those to be a better quality from my Subaru than the plastic ones they come in. So I'm just gonna leave those in there and just try to gently scrape off and clean up the surfaces for there to be a good seal. Okay, so I went ahead, just used some shop towels, wiped this area all off, scraped off whatever gasket I could scrape off to make sure that it is nice and clean for another seal. All right, now it's time to put the gasket back into the valve cover, and then just reverse order. Okay, so I cut open the valve cover gasket kit, and I forgot about these spark plug tool seals here. So we got to make sure we pop these out. Pop these out of here. And these are the replacements for them here. So I'm going to work on this. Here's the gasket, the old gasket. Have to pull that out. And take the seals out and replace them. So I lay a thin bead of Permatex all the way around. I tried to put more in the area by the cam gear, and on this back corner back here, and also on this side right here by this half moon seal. And it just took a bigger pliers to pop out those spark plug tube gaskets. And so now I'm gonna quickly try to screw everything back up, plug everything back in the order in which it came, and that'll be the end of the video. When we come back, finished product. Back. Okay, so everything's reassembled. Just remember to push your spark plug coils back in firmly. I hooked up those breather hoses, tighten up all of the bolts, all the nuts, and I think it took me just over 2 hours to do this nice and clean. And these are the tools I used. I had to use that big screwdriver to pop out those spark plug seals. This one I used just to open the Permatex bottle, and 10mm wrenches, ratchets, sockets, and the pliers for the hose clamps. And then of course this I used to scrape the gasket off. I had to actually take the blade out for certain places, but that's it. Changing valve cover gasket on Hyundai Elantra Touring wagon.